Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are diving into a topic that's super important for speaking and writing English more clearly and confidently. That's conditional sentence. In this video, I will break down the different types of conditional sentence. Zero conditional, first, second, and third conditional in a simple, easy to understand way with real-life examples to help you remember them better. So whether you are preparing for an exam, improving your fluency, or just brushing up your grammar, stay tuned because by the end of this video, you will be a pro at using conditionals in your everyday English. If you are new for this channel, please subscribe to get additional videos. ጤና ይስጥልን እንደናችሁ። ዛሬ እንግሊዝኛን ለመናገርና ለመጻፍ ወይም በራስ የመተማመን ችሎታችንን ከፍ የሚያደርገውና በጣም አስፈላጊ የሆነውን ኮንዲሽናል ሴንቴንስን ይዤላችሁ ቀርቤያለሁ። በዚህ ቪዲዮ ዜሮ ኮንዲሽን ታይፕ 1፣ ታይፕ 2 and ታይፕ 3 ምንነት ግልጽና ለመረዳት ቀላል በሆነ እንዲሁም ለማስታወስ ሪል ላይፍ ኤግዛምፕልስ በመመልከት እናያለን። ስለዚህ ለኤግዛም እየተዘጋጃችሁ ያላችሁም ሆነ እንግሊዝኛን የመናገር ብቃታችሁን ከፍ ለማድረግ ለምትሹ ይህንን ቪዲዮ እስከ መጨረሻው እንድትመለከቱ እንዲሁም ለቻናሌ አዲስ ለሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ተጨማሪ ቪዲዮዎችን እንድትከታተሉ ጋብዛለሁ። Let's get started. Conditional sentence. Conditional sentences have two parts or clause that give a condition independent clause and a result in independent clause. There is a condition independent clause, but there is a result in independent clause. Independent clause can stand by itself. It gives sense by itself. The condition clause usually contains an if statement. In a condition clause, there is an if statement when we are talking about conditional sentence. There are several different forms of conditional sentence that allow the writer to express various meanings using different tense. So we can have different conditional sentence here. Condition if clause plus result clause. Zero conditional. Zero conditional. What does it mean when you say zero conditional? Zero conditional use the present tense in both clauses and is used to talk about something that is always or generally true. In zero condition, we can use simple present in the if clause and simple present in the main clause. So it shows something always true. ሁልጊዜ እውነታን ሊገልጽልን የሚችል ነገር በኢፍ ክሎዝም ሆነ በሜን ክሎዝ ሲምፕል ፕሬዘንት የምንጠቀምበት ኮንዲሽናል ሴንቴንስ ዜሮ ኮንዲሽናል ይባላል። So the present tense signifies or shows that these actions are both possible and typical. ሁለቱም አክሽኖች ፖሲብል የሆኑ ወይም ቲፒካል የሆኑ የተለመዱ አይነተኛ የሆኑ ነገሮች ናቸው when we are talking about zero conditional. Form, let's see the form. If plus simple present. In the if clause, there is if plus simple present, but in the main clause, simple present. If plus simple present and the result clause simple present. That means when we are talking about zero conditional, that means if clause in the if clause is simple present and the main clause is also simple present. Example: if it rains. If it rains. It rains is simple present. I take an umbrella with me to work. ዝናብ ሲሆን ጥላ ይዛለው ማለት ነው። Before this time and at this time, even maybe after this time. So it is always true. Something that is always or generally true. Example 2, if I wake up early. If I wake up early, I always read in bed. ጠዋት ስነሳ በጊዜ ስነሳ ሁሌም እዛው አልጋው ላይ ሆኜ የተወሰነ አነባለሁ. That means before this time and at this time. Now this is about zero conditional, that means simple present in both cases. Simple present in the if clause and simple present in the main clause. First conditional, that means conditional sentence type 1. The first conditional use the present tense in the if clause. The if clause is simple present, just like zero conditional. When we are talking about conditional sentence type 1 or first conditional, the if clause is simple present, just like zero conditional, but the main clause is future. This form is used to talk about something that is probable future result of a condition. Probable future result. ሊሆን የሚችል ነገር in the future. Probable. So in the if clause is simple present, just like in zero conditional, but the main clause is future. The if clause is simple present, the main clause is future, and it shows probable. ሊሆን የሚችል ነገር in the future. The form, let's see the form. If plus simple present, just like zero conditional, but the main clause is will with base verb. Will with V1, that means. So let's example. If I see you later. If I see you, simple present. I will say hello. I then will with base verb, say. I will say hello. ሳገኘ hello ላለው ማለት ነው in the future. If I don't see you later, this negative simple present. I won't be able to. I won't be means will not be negative. I will not be able to say hello. So there's examples. These two examples show probable condition in the future. Let's see second conditional. That means conditional sentence type 2. The second conditional uses the past tense in the if clause. Remember, in the first conditional, it is simple present. The if clause is simple present. But in second conditional, the second conditional uses the past tense in the if clause and the modal and base verb in the result clause. The result clause is the main clause. Using one of the modals, could, should, would, with base verb mean V1. So in the if clause and modal, the past tense in the if clause and a modal and base verb in the result clause. This form is used to talk about hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation. እንደ መላምት ነው የምንቆጥረው hypothetical that cannot happen or is unlikely to happen. Unlikely ስንል አጠራጣሪ ለማለት ነው. So this form is used to talk about hypothetical situations that cannot happen or is unlikely to happen. ለመሆን አጠራጣሪ የሆነ ነገር ለማለት ነው. The if clause is simple past, but the main clause is one of the modal verbs with base verb. Form. If plus simple past, in the if clause, but the main clause is modal, one of the modal verbs with base verb. It's a form. Example, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I would buy a large vacation home. If I had $1 million, if I had, simple past. I would is modal verb, buy is base verb. So I would buy a large vacation home. This conditional sentence type 2 or second conditional. If I had $1 million, I would buy a large vacation home. It's hypothetical. It's unlikely to happen. Example 2, if I were you. If I were you means I am not you. I am not you. If I were you, I wouldn't wait to study for a test. እኔ አንተን ብሆን ኖሮ ይህን ያክል አልቆይም ነበር አነብ ነበር ማለት ነው. It's unlikely or hypothetical. If I were, simple past, you, I wouldn't, negative. Wait is base verb. I wouldn't wait to study for a test. That's conditional sentence type 2, or second conditional. So the condition and the result are not taking place in the past, but the past tense is used to indicate unreal nature of the situation. Unreal. That means not real. Imaginary. The condition and the results, that means when we're talking about conditional sentence type 2, are not taking place in the past, but the past tense is used. This is what? To show or indicate the unreal nature of situation. Unreal, not real. Third conditional. The third conditional uses the past perfect in the if clause. The if clause is past perfect, mean the form of past perfect is had with V3. The third conditional uses the past perfect in the if clause and a modal and present perfect. Modal mean one of the modal verbs. A modal and present perfect in the result clause. This form is used to talk about hypothetical situation in the past that didn't happen. Hypothetical situation in the past, not in the present, but that didn't happen. Typically with an outcome that didn't happen and is perhaps the opposite of what did happen. So እንዲህ ቢሆን ኖሮ እንዲህ በሆነም ነበር ሁለቱም ያልሆኑ ናቸው። So the outcome, an outcome that didn't happen and is perhaps the opposite of what did happen, is conditional sentence type 3. Let's see the form. If plus past perfect had with V3, that means past perfect, but the main clause is modal with present perfect. The meaning is past, that means hypothetical situation in the past. If it had rained last week, example 1, if it had rained last week, the plants wouldn't have died. ዝናብ ቢዘንብ ኖሮ እጽዋቶቹ ባልደረቁም ነበር ባልሞቱም ነበር ስንል past ነው. Hypothetical situation in the past. The meaning is past. Example 2, if I had finished college, had finished past perfect, I would have become a doctor. ኮሌጅ ትምህርቴን ባጠናቅቅ ኖሮ ዶክተር በሆንኩም ነበር. Hypothetical situation in the past. This is conditional sentence type 3. The meaning is past. By the way, when we are talking about conditional sentence type 2 and type 3, in conditional sentence type 2, the meaning is present. In conditional sentence type 3, the meaning is past. Let's see mixed conditional. Mixed conditional. Remember, zero conditional, type 1, type 2, and type 3. Let's see mixed conditional. Mixed conditionals combine the second and third conditionals to present both an unreal condition either in the past or the present and an unreal result in the past or the present. The meaning is past or present in the unreal condition, or the meaning is past and present in the unreal result. Unreal means not real, from the past in the present, but when we're talking about mixed conditional, we are talking about conditional sentence or the combination of conditional sentence type 2 and type 3. The first form presents an unreal condition in the past. The first form presents an unreal condition in the past that changes an unreal outcome in the present. The past changes the present, that means. The past changes the present. Let's see the form. If with past perfect is the form of the if clause of conditional sentence type 3. Then the main clause is modal with base verb. Remember, modal with base verb is type 2. The main clause of conditional sentence type 2. So the mixed form, the if clause of conditional sentence type 3 with the main clause of conditional sentence type 2. That's why mixed conditional. Example, if I had finished college. If I had finished college, had with V3. This is the if clause of conditional sentence type 3. I would be a doctor now. This is conditional sentence type 2, the main clause. So mixed form. So this shows the past changes the present. If I had finished college, I would be a doctor now. That means I'm not a doctor now. Example 2. if it had rained last week, if it had rained last week, the plants would be alive now. ባለፈው ሳምንት ዝናቡ ቢዘንብ ኖሮ እጽዋቶቹ ህይወት ይኖራቸው ነበር። እጽዋቶቹ ህይወት የላቸውም መቼ? ዝናብ ስላልዘነበ። So the past changed the present. The second form presents an unreal condition in the present, unreal condition in the present that changes an unreal outcome in the past. This means that the present changes the past. Remember, in the first form, the past changes the present. But in this form, the present changes the past. Let's see examples or form first. Form 2, if plus simple past. This is a present. The meaning is present, if plus simple past. Then the main clause, would or could with present perfect. This is the main clause of conditional sentence type 3. If plus simple past shows the if clause of conditional sentence type 2. But the main clause here, would or could with present perfect, means the main clause of conditional sentence type 3. This is mixed conditional. ስለዚህ የኢፍ ክሎዝን conditional sentence type 2 if clause ከconditional sentence type 3 main clause ጋር mixed ሆኗል ማለት ነው። This is the present change the past. Let's see example. If I spoke louder, you would have heard me before. ብዬ ባወራ ኖሮ ባዳመጥከኝም ነበር። The present change the past. If you were nicer, you could have had more friends when you were younger. This is the present change the past. If you were nicer, ጥሩ ብትሆን ኖሮ፣ አሪፍ ሰው ብትሆን ኖሮ, you could have had more friends. ጥሩ ጓደኞች፣ ብዙ ጓደኞች በኖሮህም ነበር። So this shows the present change the past. That is about mixed conditional. Then remember, conditional sentence, when we are talking about conditional sentence, there are different forms: zero conditional, type 1, type 2, and type 3. And we can have also mixed conditionals. When we are talking about mixed conditionals, we combine the second and third conditionals. So this is all about today. The next time I will bring you some important points. Based on this, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Till then, have a nice time.